Hello everyone, Season Gaming back with some more E3 coverage of our closed door sessions, and this one we're going to be talking about LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. So this one was, I've told people, is probably one of the biggest surprises we've had this E3, in the sense that I think most of us went into seeing this debuted at the Xbox conference as, okay, this is a collection. You know, we've seen a lot of LEGO Star Wars games over the past decade plus, I think they said, right? Yeah. And so this was going to bring all those games together into one collection, including Rise of Skywalker, which is obviously the 9th movie in the saga coming out later this fall. However, what really surprised us about this 15-minute demo is this is a brand new game. This was built from the ground up, brand new, with a new engine, and is an open world game. So what really impressed us here is that when you start, there's all 9 movies, and you can pick any one of them to go into basically the world from that movie at that time period. You don't have to do them sequentially. You can start with Rise of the Skywalker if you want, or you can start with Phantom Menace, wherever you like. And then once you get in there, you get in the Millennium Falcon, which is kind of your vessel, and then you can travel across the galaxy to all these planets from the Star Wars universe. And so as you travel to these planets, it's then an open world setting. You land and you walk, and there's the planet for you to explore. And it was just very, very impressive in that they're really focusing on having all the planets and all of the iconic places you can visit and things you can do. For instance, our demo was mostly on Tatooine, and they showed, I said that terribly, didn't I? I said
Tatooine.
Tatooine. Tatooine. Oh, I was close. But they showed Jabba's palace. They showed the Mos Eisley Cantina. They showed the
Sarlacc pit.
The Sarlacc pit and the Rift, the vehicle above it.
Oh yeah. His Jabba's hangout place. Can't remember it off the
Sail Rift or something like that. But long story short, they basically just showed that you can go to any of these things. You don't have to go in any order. You can go to any of them. You can. There's a big Jabba boss fight you can do. You can fight the Rancor. You can go to Luke's home. They went and walked around Luke's home and had all the little details in there. And as you would expect in a LEGO game, they also have tons of characters you can switch instantly between to solve puzzles, all the voiceovers, and just...
Yeah, they're all there, yeah. So we landed with Lando, funny enough, Lando Calrissian, and then switched over to C-3PO, then went over to Luke, and they were and then Chewbacca was there. And so each one of them had their pros and cons. One was a kind of a distance shooter. Chewbacca could shoot. Luke obviously had his lightsaber, and you could do all kinds of stuff. We were playing the Return of the Jedi world when we landed on Tatooine, and it was actually very impressive. I'm going to be telling you, super surprised here, but the graphics were fantastic.
Excellent. New engine, and it shows.
Completely new engine. We were hanging out with some friends later on, and they thought this was simply a remaster of all the Star Wars games before, and they've turned it into this. No, this is a completely new game. It's not that remaster. It's got some open world elements, as you mentioned. If you just want to play through the story element, you can go there and play the story, move on to the next one. You can start from any point that you want. We tried to get some plot points for the new movie. They wouldn't give us any. Actually, when they went to that world, it literally showed the part where she jumps over the
speeder, like the
TIE fighter that was coming at them. Yeah, the speeder on the planet, and that's it. There was nothing else. There was no characters there. They were showing that there was going to be a massive thing, a roster, like all LEGO games have. So that was pretty impressive.
Tons of unlockables.
Yeah, tons of Easter eggs. The comedic side was there, as you mentioned. It was still hilarious in a lot of areas.
They also showed the how the camera's different. So if you remember, you used to kind of run around like a third-person game. This is more cinematic now, like you would think of a third-person action-adventure story game. So the camera's over the shoulder with your character close to the screen, and you control the camera as you would in, like, say, this is going to be a bad comparison here, but God of War or a game like that, basically.
Third-person.
For the camera control. They also showed how there's new melee mechanics. So instead of that just typical LEGO kind of bashing that's in the old games, there's now actually combo meters and combo chains you can do and special moves. Excuse the background noise.
Downtown LA, guys.
Downtown LA. They also showed there's a new range. So combined with the camera angle over the shoulder, they showed Chewbacca able to aim down sights, target specific limbs even. So you can shoot people's legs and make them fall. You could do headshot critical hits. And so it's just a much deeper game. It feels like a LEGO game with all the humor and kind of funniness and all those things you like, but in a mature open world gameplay.
Yeah.
Really impressed.
We love scratching our heads. We're like, wow, that was surprising.
Yeah,
Totally out of nowhere.
I had no plans on picking the game up, and I left, and I said I'm buying that day one.
Yeah.
It really surprised us. So we've heard the same from other people who have sat through the closed door demo as well. So keep an eye on this one. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. Anything else you want to say before we?
Yeah, no launch date. They simply
No.
said they were working on it. I would suspect somewhere mid 2020, if not spring 2020. It's definitely after the movie.
Yes.
The movie's coming out in December, so I doubt it's going to be a December 31st type game or something like that.
No, they said all they're saying is 2020.
Yeah, I'm guessing March, April, May, somewhere around then, if not even June.
Yeah.
So, but very surprising on this one. I think you guys are going to be surprised. It's going to be another stealth game that's going to sneak up on people. It's going to be good. If you like Lego games, pre-order this one.
Yeah, it looks fantastic, truly. I did write an article on some of my impressions, probably some things I'm forgetting right now as we're talking about it, so check that out. We'll link to that in the comments here. If you have any other questions about the game, feel free to ask. We do have a PR contact at
WB.
At WB, yes, so let us know. Other than that, keep an eye on it. Thank you as always for tuning in to It's been a long day, guys.
Season Gaming.
That's what we're calling ourselves now, right? Yeah.
As of right now, we'll see.
Season Gaming's E3 coverage. Please like and subscribe. We'll talk to you later.